Hey guys, and welcome to Le Press Box channel. My name is Leroy Hodgson, and welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be discussing a number of things that happened over the weekend in sports. And let's just jump right in because there is something that has been bugging me for a while now, and that is Arsenal's striker situation. Look, Arsenal, I can forgive you for not signing a striker in the summer window. Look, nobody was expecting you to lose about 4-5 strikers or forwards in the season. No one was expecting that. But the fact of the matter is, you had a chance to resolve it, and that was in the winter transfer window, and you decided to sign nobody. And now you are in a pickle because now you have to play with a midfielder in forward, in Mikel Merino. I have to say that's what you get. You have the opportunity to sign a striker. You waited and waited and waited and waited and waited and waited until the window closed before you rushed to bid for Ollie Watkins, when you know there was no way Aston Villa was ever going to give you Ollie Watkins after Juan Duran left to Saudi Arabia. Why would they ever give you their best striker? That makes no sense. There was no way that was going to happen. So I have to be very, very honest. This is something I have to say you basically brought upon yourself. And when I look at the way I look at it, it seems like you've already given up on the season, Arsenal. That's how I see it. It looks like you've given up on the season because you had the opportunity to sign a striker knowing that you needed backup for that role and for that position, and you decided not to sign anyone. So the way I see it, it seems like you have a particular player you want to sign. Maybe Isak, maybe Gyökeres, maybe Šeško. Maybe that's the striker you want to sign. But you felt like because it's the winter transfer window, their price will probably skyrocket. Maybe Isak will probably go for, 150, 200 million pounds. You wouldn't want to pay that. Maybe Šeško, who has a gentleman's agreement with RB Leipzig to leave for around 60 million, might be cost around 100 million. So you think to yourself, no, I don't want to spend that when I can wait until the summer to sign him. Or maybe Gyökeres, who would probably be even more. Look, I get that those players were going to cost a lot of money, but probably it might have been worth it because the fact of the matter is you were desperate. You needed a striker. The fact of the matter is you needed a striker. You desperately needed a striker. But you decided not to sign a striker. You decided not to. So that's why I am seeing it as, okay, you know what? Let's give up on this season. Let's wait until next season. Let's fight for the Premier League. If we win it, we win it. If we don't win it, we'll fight for it next season when we get the striker we want. That's how I see it. I don't know if that's what was being discussed in the top level, but that's how I see it. And I feel like it's not a serious way to operate because, look, this is probably going to be one of the best opportunities for the Gunners to win the Premier League. City are currently in a bad stage right now, and they are recovering. They are recovering, but they are definitely not going to win the league. That is obvious. So the next best team should have been Arsenal. But Arsenal has just been, I would like to say bad luck has also played a role. But the fact that you had a chance to fix certain areas and fix certain problems, but you decided not to because probably you have a striker in mind and you didn't want to overpay for that striker, which I agree. Overpaying is not the right way to go. But there were other options that you could have gone for. Other players you could have gone for maybe to keep you in line for the next couple of months, which I heard you were planning on getting a loan in, but nobody was planning on loaning in their forwards. No, that's never going to happen. They would want the guaranteed money. And the fact of the matter is you failed to sign a striker and now you are in trouble. I feel the Merino situation is probably still the best way to go. It's just that, look, that match against West Ham just basically proved how desperate or how in need of a forward Arsenal are. 20 shots on target, 2 shots on target, 20 total shots, sorry, and only 2 on target. West Ham had 5 shots, they had 2 on target, 1 goal. You had 20 shots, 2 on target, no goals. Look, I get the whole other things happen in that game that didn't go your way, like the Miles Lewis Kelly red card, which started out as a yellow card but ended up as being a red card. Look, the fact of the matter is that red card, from my perspective, was justified. And I don't know why the referee initially gave a yellow card. It was a clear red card in that situation. I can blame the referees for a lot of decisions that have come against Arsenal. Terrible decisions, but I don't think that red card is one of them. And yeah, there are other situations that happened in the game that didn't go in Arsenal's favor. I'm not going to doubt that, the Kudus situation and all that. Look, still, it doesn't take away from the fact that you had 20 shots on target, 20 total shots, and only 2 on target. It just shows a lack of bite, a lack of forward in the team. It just shows it. So what is the solution now? Well, from what we've heard, Saka is back in training. Will most likely be back on the pitch in maybe March. So it looks like probably they might experiment with Nwaneri in the forward line, which he has played before in the academy system. So that will be interesting to see, because Mourinho is okay, but he is not what Arsenal need. Arsenal need someone with bite. I wouldn't say Nwaneri is a forward right now, but the fact of the matter is they need someone who can play that role. And I think that's basically going to be what Arsenal is going to do. But will it be enough? That is the question. Will it be enough? Because look, there is still time for Arsenal to run or challenge Liverpool for this title. There are 12 games left for Arsenal. 11 for Liverpool, but 12 games left for Arsenal to catch up. And it is still doable. Liverpool could make a couple of mistakes and Arsenal could seize upon them. They haven't proven it recently, but they could seize upon them. They could. It's just that I don't know if they will. So I'm just doubtful about this season altogether, and I feel like probably the best option for Arsenal is maybe reorganize next season, get that striker, which I think was what you were looking for all this time. Wait until next season, summer transfer window, to get that striker. I think that's what you wanted, and you have that striker in mind that you want, and you're ready. You feel you have that purchasing power to buy that striker by the end of the window. But here's the case: if that striker is Isak, which I think it is Isak, you would have to hope that Newcastle doesn't qualify for the Champions League. Because if Newcastle qualify for the Champions League, it's going to be much more difficult to get Isak. It's going to cost more to get Isak. That is even if Isak wants to leave. You get it? So, look, Arsenal, you have to be very serious about next season, because I honestly don't see it happening this season for you. I feel like you are probably going to have to reorganize next season. There are a number of areas that you need to plug. You need a backup for. Okay, wait. I was going to say Saka, but Nwaneri is a very good backup for Saka. But you need someone for the left-hand side, which has been Arsenal's weakest area. Martinelli has been okay, but I feel you need someone to challenge him to do even more. So that left-hand side needs someone. You are going to be getting Zubimendi, as reports suggest. So that is also good. But there are areas that need plugging, and Arsenal has to plug them. They need a backup also for Odegaard. I think that's why they are going after Naipan, who could be a good signing for Arsenal. He has proven to be very, very good at what he does in the Norwegian leagues, but whether he'll be able to translate that to the Premier League, especially and with the expectations that he's definitely going to have, we will see. You will see. But yeah, that is basically my thoughts on Arsenal. I think that this season probably is over for them. I don't think that they're going to get far in the Champions League, especially with if they beat PSV or get past PSV, they probably would fall at the hands of either Atletico or Real Madrid, because right now Arsenal's lack of a striker is going to hurt them. I'm not trying to say that they are better teams. I'm just trying to say that the fact of the matter is Arsenal need a forward, and right now they don't, and it's going to really affect the rest of the season for them. And I don't see anything happening for them. So probably Arsenal fans, of which I am one, we have to prepare for another trophyless season. It's disappointing, but let's hope that everything works out in next season. We get that striker, we get that backup for or challenger for or level raiser for the left hand side, and probably some backups in very key areas as well, because we need them. We really do, because we cannot keep coming back to this every single season, and it is quite depressing. Okay. So yeah, Arsenal is going to be playing Nottingham Forest on Wednesday. I'm recording this on Tuesday, so I don't know what the result is going to be. Nottingham has been very, very tough this season. Has been incredible this season. They are currently third, so it's going to be a difficult game for Arsenal. So let's see what happens. I hope that Arsenal can pull through, because they also then will have PSV, and yeah. So let's hope for the best for the Gunners. Yeah. So yeah, moving on. The Champions League is also coming up in 2 weeks. The draw has been made, and yeah, it's looking interesting for a number of reasons. We have a Madrid derby, which is going to be interesting. I feel like it's something that is going to be a very tough game to look for. Real Madrid is doing very well this season. Honestly, I felt like Mbappe was sort of like not going to fit in with this Madrid side, but unfortunately, or should I say fortunately for the Madristas, he has found his feet and he's doing very, very well. We also have another interesting game in Bayern versus Leverkusen. That is going to be an interesting one. Bayern are currently leading the Bundesliga, but that does not mean that Leverkusen are the defending Bundesliga champions. Leverkusen are anything to underestimate. They've proven they are a good team, and Xabi Alonso. So we'll see how that plays out. PSG is also taking on Liverpool. Liverpool has been, honestly speaking, Liverpool has been incredible. One loss in the Premier League season. They have just been and a slot just came in and has just fitted right in. He's fitted in like a glove. And especially with the fact that Liverpool didn't really make any signings, he's done an incredible job there. So imagine next season when they have the money to spend, especially with it looking like Mohamed Salah might be leaving. But I'm hoping that he extends at Liverpool, because it'd be a big disappointment if he leaves. And look, the team is just doing so well under Arne Slot, and they look unbeatable this season. They really do, and it's going to be very interesting to see. Another interesting match, I said, is the Arsenal PSV match. It's going to be interesting to see if Arsenal can sort of get past PSV without a natural number 9. It's going to be very interesting. PSV has been quite impressive this season in the Champions League, and it'll be interesting to see how far they get if they get past Arsenal. Yeah, Benfica is also taking on Barcelona. Benfica is not a team to look down upon. Barca has also been doing incredible work under Hansi Flick, the German tactician, and it's going to be interesting. Like some of these matches are interesting. It's making me think that, look, I think maybe we may have jumped to conclusions about the new format, because the new format has really brought some incredible matches, and I'm enjoying it. I have to admit, I'm really enjoying it. So let's hope that everything we continue to have these kinds of games and these kinds of surprises over the next couple of seasons with this new format. Yeah. And yeah, so basically that's basically all. That's going to be all for today. Yeah, I wanted to discuss Liverpool's victory over Manchester City, but I feel like this is just Liverpool's season. I feel if it's going to go wrong, it would have gone wrong a long time ago. And even if when it has gone wrong for Liverpool, they have not lost. That's the most important thing. Even when it is going wrong for them, they have not lost. Their first defeat came against Nottingham Forest in the Premier League, early on in the Premier League, and since then they have just been on a tear. So even if they were in a bad form, something goes against them, they still manage to draw or manage to come out on top. So to me, I feel Liverpool is just unbeatable this season, and I look forward to seeing what they can do for the next season as well. I'm looking forward to seeing the kind of signings Arne Slot is going to make next season, because I'm looking forward to see, because to me, this might not actually be his team yet, because it's still, in my eyes, Klopp's team that he has taken upon himself and has been able to fit certain players in certain roles to fit his system. Unlike what Amorim is doing at United. Sorry, Manchester United fans, I just have to take that dig, because the fact of the matter is, Amorim has just basically not adapted to his Manchester United's team. A manager would have seen the team, known, look, I can't, none of you fit, or a lot of you don't fit my system, but we still need to get results. So I need to tweak my system a bit so that I can sort of at least grind out a couple of results with the players I have on hand. But he's not done that. He's been staunch on his system, and it is hurting Manchester United at the moment. The fact of the matter is, Amorim needs a summer transfer window to build his squad. He needs to get rid of a lot of players in that team that do not fit his system, and bring in players who can fit his system or who will fit his system. The problem is they need to get to next season for that to happen. And the more and more it looks more like Manchester United is in a relegation battle than it is fighting for Europe at this moment. And like I said, 12 games left to play. Anything can happen. I don't see them qualifying for Europe this season, which is going to probably affect the money Manchester United can spend. But I feel like once they get the players that Amorim needs in that team and get rid of the players Amorim does not need, this Manchester United team will probably become a challenger with time. So I would ask for patience. Let's at least see what happens during his first summer transfer window and judge him on that, because this season is over. I feel Manchester United is not going to get anything out of this season, but I feel like Amorim needs to adapt his system. Look, the fact of the matter is he needs to adapt his system to fit the team that he currently has, so that he can grind out results, so that they can get to an acceptable level, because this is just embarrassing. It really, really is. Anyways, those are my thoughts. Thanks for watching. I've been Leroy Hodgson, and this is Le Press Box.